So it's been 3 weeks since I last posted a full-length video over here on my YouTube channel, guys. And I have been up to a couple of different adventures that I want to let you guys in on. So let's get into it. So guys, obviously it's been a minute since I last posted over here on YouTube, but don't worry, videos are gonna start up coming up very more often, more consistent. I got Josh right now behind the camera. Shout out Josh, the goat. We're not only are we gonna be grinding content on this channel, but I want to tease a little announcement that I'm going to be making on November 18th, because on November 18th, I'm going to be launching a new project, and this has been something you guys have been asking for such a long time, but now we are finally announcing it on November 18th, so mark your calendars, because once November 18th comes, we are off to the races and we will not be slowing down. Content production over here on the Supes channel is going to be at an all-time high. I'm excited to embark on this project, and it's gonna be something that I think a lot of you guys will be very excited about in the near future. So while I was away from posting content, guys, I took a trip down to Miami for a week, and I only get to see my family and friends for less than a handful of times a year. Shout out to my boy Josh for watching Coda and Thor. That was my first time leaving Coda, so every single time I travel, I kind of get this anxiety. It's separation anxiety because I'm away from my two sons who I spend literally every single day with. So I was spending time in Miami with my friends and family. You know, I got to do multiple different things. One, the Miami Heat invited me out to their Miami Heat versus Celtics game, and I got to sit courtside before the game, see Tyler Hero, pretty much the entire team warm up before the game even began. And I actually ended up meeting one of my friends, Caleb Martin, who is on the Miami Heat, and it was so dope meeting him in person. We have messaged each other on Instagram before. We've talked a bit about like all the awesome things. He's a massive superhero fan as well. So it was so cool meeting Caleb in person and seeing him do his thing in person. It's just a whole different setting, man. As someone who grew up loving the Miami Heat, like, I love superheroes, but like Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, those were like my real life heroes. It's such a full circle moment every single time I collab with the Heat. The Heat invited us up to like a special club for a dinner, and we got to eat anything we wanted. We got to drink anything we wanted to drink. And then the game began, and we got to sit pretty close. We were 7 rows away from the court, and never in my life have I ever sat that close. Again, you know, growing up in Miami, it was always every single time my family would go to a Heat game, it was like, all right, we're going to the nosebleeds, we're going to the nosebleeds, we're going to the 400s. Now this, like, being able to watch this Miami Heat versus Boston Celtics game 7 rows away, it was such a surreal experience. And then after the game ended, we got to walk onto the court and shoot some free throws. It's just so, every single time, again, it's just the most surreal thing, and I never thought this would happen, but here we are. I actually got to go back to one of the schools I grew up with, and I got to speak to a class of kids about chasing your dreams, about creating the life you truly want and the life you truly deserve, and basically just sharing everything I've learned over the course of my journey. You know, I started creating videos and I started this lifestyle when I was a 16-year-old kid in high school, managing 2 jobs, managing school, managing all of that while also creating content at the same time. So I've learned so much over the course of these past 4 years, and being able to share my knowledge with kids that were in those same seats that I was in 4 years ago. I got super inspired, super fired up speaking to these kids, because I know that they have a long life ahead of themselves. Even if what I said to a lot of those kids isn't gonna resonate with them, I know that at least 1, 2, 3 of those kids saw what I've been able to accomplish over the past 4 years, and being able to meet me in person, have those conversations in person, I know that that's going to change the course of their lives, and now they're gonna go on to do great things. Besides the Heat game, besides being able to speak to a class of kids and hopefully inspire them, I also got to spend time with family, man. And guys, I'm gonna be a bit vulnerable here, but being out here in Los Angeles, it's so difficult, because one of the things I've learned out here is there's nothing more important in the world than family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And it's so hard for me to be out here on my own, by myself. You know, of course I got Coda and Thor, but being away from my mom, being away from my dad, being away from my sisters, being away from my grandparents, it's so hard. It really is. You know, this is the sacrifice I chose to make, and this is the sacrifice I will continue to make in order to continue to provide you guys the best content, in order to continue to do greater things, because I do have so much more I want to do in this industry, and it all begins over here in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, California. So I'm here for a reason, and that's kind of something I just got to continue to remind myself, because it can get very lonely at times when it's just you and then just the internet. And you know, when it comes to the internet, it feels like people have a problem with every single little thing I say. And you know, when I first started this content creation journey, I didn't care what anyone thought because there was no one to really judge me. You know, I had no followers, I had no one on social media really caring about what I had to say. But now that I'm in this position, it feels like any little thing I say, everyone always has a problem with it. And I don't want to generalize everyone because I know that a ton of you guys are always going to understand me and get what I have to say and know who I am and aren't going to judge my character based off of my opinions on media. It certainly stings when I see some comments of like, yo, I used to love Supes, but now, you know, he fell off, or now he changed. And I don't mess with his content like that anymore. Like, that hurts, that stings. But now I feel myself getting into this position where, despite me having so much love for you guys, I'm trying to put myself in a position where I still don't care what anyone thinks, even if you love me. I feel like you gotta, in order to truly become all powerful, you have to not only tune out the hate, but also tune out the love. And at that point, it's only you and your own voice and what you want to do and what you think about yourself. And I feel like that's the position I'm moving into now. But it's certainly been very difficult, and that's why I've just like struggled to make videos over here the past couple of weeks. Now I'm trying to just like recenter myself as we move into this new year. And again, going to continue to provide you guys the best content, the most authentic content. And if anyone has a problem with that, f you. And now on a much lighter note, I got to watch Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I got to attend the world premiere for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That was the first thing I did once I got back from Miami. And guys, that premiere was such a cool event, dude. There were so many people there. I got to see Rihanna with like in the flesh. I got to meet Caleb McLaughlin and dap him up. I was in the bathroom just like doing my thing, using the, you know, doing my thing. And then I look over to my right, and Rian Johnson, the director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, Knives Out, the new Glass Onion movie, he was just to my right doing his thing. And you know, that was surreal. And then when I walked out of the bathroom, I got to talk to John Watts, Destin Daniel Cretton, Jake Schreier, who's directing the Thunderbolts. And I got to see Michael B. Jordan in the flesh, dude. Michael B. Jordan, guys, can confirm after seeing him in person, he has the biggest shoulders and biceps I have ever seen in my life. He was wearing a white tank top, and bro, straight out of the Creed movies. Like, Michael B. Jordan is so big in person. He's as beautiful as you think he is.
What did he say?
Now, as for the actual movie itself, Wakanda Forever, the only thing I could really say is my initial reaction that I posted onto Twitter and TikTok after walking out of the premiere. And all I said was that I think Wakanda Forever is a step down from the first Black Panther movie, which I think is one of Marvel's best, in my opinion. However, there are many great qualities to it. You got Letitia Wright's performance, you have Namor, you have the action, and there was a lot more that I want to talk about, but I just can't talk about it right now. But I will be talking about it in my full review, which I will be posting next week once the film comes out, and then we can all have that greater conversation. We can talk about what we loved, we can talk about what we didn't love, and I am very much so looking forward to that. Now guys, within these past couple of weeks, so much Marvel news has been coming out. I mean, you have Vision, who is recently announced is getting his own Disney Plus series called Vision Quest. The last time we saw White Vision was at the end of WandaVision. He kind of just disappeared and we haven't seen him since. But Vision is getting his own Disney Plus series called Vision Quest, and it's said that this series will be about him regaining his memories and figuring out who he is. I'm very excited to see Vision in a space where he doesn't have Wanda. He doesn't have other characters to bounce off of. It's just Vision and him discovering who he is, who he's going to be, what's his identity. Super excited about that. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II has been cast as Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, for the Wonder Man Disney Plus series. And right now it's said that Marvel is currently in talks with Bob Odenkirk. Yes, Saul Goodman himself is currently in talks with Marvel Studios to play a key role in the Wonder Man series. And it's said that if he signs on, he is going to play Simon Williams' agent. Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, he is an actor and the series is going to take place in Hollywood, so it would make a lot of sense for Bob Odenkirk to play that role of his agent. I just want to see Bob Odenkirk in the MCU. I feel like that would be so cool, and a lot of people would definitely tune into the Wonder Man series just to see more of Bob Odenkirk. Now the final project we're going to talk about is the Agatha Coven of Chaos series, because we've been getting a ton of castings for the show. First, it was recently announced that Heartstopper star Joe Locke is going to be joining the cast. and it's been talked about, it's been speculated by many people online that he could be playing a version of Billy Maximoff, one of Wanda's kids. Maybe he's playing an older version of Wiccan. We all know that the twins are gonna come back at some point. I feel like their story hasn't even begun yet, really. We've only seen them as little kids, but with Marvel continuing to lay the groundwork for the young Avengers who are coming, I feel like the twins are definitely gonna play a role in that. So I feel like we are gonna see the twins come back at some point. And if Joe Locke is playing Billy in the Agatha Coven of Chaos series, I wouldn't be surprised. But another character he could be playing is Nicholas Scratch, who is Agatha's son in the comics. So that is certainly a possibility. Joe Locke is now joining the cast of Agatha Coven of Chaos. Another person who's joining the cast is Aubrey Plaza, who is playing the villain of this series. This was the casting that got me on board for this Agatha show. You know, I loved Agatha and WandaVision. When her show was announced, I don't know if I was like, I definitely wasn't losing sleep like, yo, I'm losing sleep over this Agatha series. But now that we know that Aubrey Plaza is going to play the main villain, I'm super excited about that. Aubrey Plaza, I love everything she's been in, and she's a very charismatic actress, and I feel like pairing her with Catherine Hahn, that's going to make for some prime entertainment. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, we've just been getting so much Marvel news within the past couple of weeks. And now with Wakanda Forever coming out next week, it ain't slowing down anytime soon. Now, I always love interacting with you guys, and that's my favorite thing about this YouTube community is that I get to interact with you guys so much, and it's just my favorite community in the world, really. This is the community I want to build on. More than TikTok, more than Twitter, more than anywhere else. This is the community that I started my social media journey on, and I'm gonna be riding with you guys to the day I freaking die. So I'm gonna end this video with a question going back to you guys. Answer down below in the comment section. I wanna know, for 2023, I am looking to plan and host more Supes fan experience events. We've already done one for Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and those were two of the funnest nights of my entire life. I swear to God, I am not joking you. I am not no bias either. I've been to Hall H San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to D23. Guys, at these Supes fan experience events, these are the most energetic, most celebratory, most passionate get-togethers you can find in the Marvel and DC and just pop culture fandom. I guarantee you, if you go to these events, you will have the time of your life. If you want to watch a movie in silence, don't come to these events because we're gonna bring that energy. It's gonna be a roller coaster ride of emotions, and I'm looking to plan more of these events in 2023. I was looking to plan one for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but that event kind of fell through. So now looking forward to 2023, I wanna kick it back to you guys. If there was one movie you guys wanted me to do a Supes fan experience event for in 2023, what would you want that movie to be? Do you want it to be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? Do you want it to be Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Blue Beetle, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Marvels, The Flash, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Dune Part 2? Whatever the case may be, what is your most anticipated movie for next year, and what movie do you want me to do a Supes fan experience event for? My job as a content creator is always going to be giving you guys what you want, and that's what I plan on doing every single day and in 2023.